My name is Nafungo and I work for International Development Research Center, that's IDRC, as a Senior Program Officer in the Global Partnership for Education, Knowledge and Innovation Exchange Program. IDRC, through the GPE KICS program, funds applied research at different levels and regions. So we have what we call global projects that look at research in education across different regions and countries. And then we have regional projects that look at education innovations, particularly within specific regions and countries. And we are now launching calls for proposals for projects focusing on different types of thematic areas in education, but also different countries. And we are also going to launch what we call single country projects across the various thematic areas, focusing on one country. IDRC also funds other topics as well. In addition to basic education, we also have a focus on sustainable and inclusive economies. We also have focus on global health, climate change and resilient systems, livestock vaccines initiatives, and we also have focus on governance and justice. And so IDRC focuses on a range of topics, and the idea is to fund innovative solutions to problems globally. The focus of IDRC is funding development research, and the idea is to make use of the evidence that is being generated across projects and see how this evidence can influence policy at national levels. What we're seeing is that it's important for key policymakers to be involved in evidence generation so that they can uptake that innovation into policy. That's a very important aspect, and that's something that we are doing in KICS. We want to directly work with policymakers from the ministries of education so that they understand the importance of evidence, that they are part of generating this evidence, and that they can be part of scaling it up into policy. So my passion, of course, is education broadly, but education is quite broad, and my expertise and a lot of experience is in early childhood education, and that's something that I'm keen on. We are funding a range of projects focusing on early childhood education, early learning transition from pre-primary to primary, participation of parents. But most importantly, I am happy and excited that we are seeing research on how we can ensure that children with disabilities are engaged in early learning, and there is a lot of focus and advocacy on that, and I'm glad that KICS is part of this and that we're funding research on this. And so that's something that I'm really excited about, among other topics and thematic areas as well. I wouldn't call it surprising, but perhaps inspiring is seeing participation of countries, seeing ownership of KICS at national levels by ministers of education. That's quite inspiring. That's what we envisioned when we started KICS. It was meant to respond to country demands, and that's exactly what has happened. And we are inspired with that. The reason why we have KICS Extension is that so that we have a program that continues to respond to country demands and needs and priorities. That more countries get involved, that more people at national level get involved in KICS, and not just sharing and learning, but that they use the knowledge from KICS research and apply it into their policy systems. Of course, we continue supporting countries, but also we continue listening to countries, responding to their priorities and demands. funds, and also engaging them in a range of activities. We hope that KICS can move away from GP and IDRC to countries, so that it can be owned and driven by countries. That's our hope for KICS 2.0.